Alright boys, it's 8:30 in the morning here in Arkansas. I just dropped my son off at school and did some running around, so now I gotta let this engine cool down so we don't burn ourselves to death. We're gonna get some tools together and then we'll get started. Alright, so this should be all we need. Your spark plug socket, plugs obviously, and you need a gapper. Now these are supposed to be pre-gapped, but you know, stuff gets bounced around. They're not always correct. On the Chevy Impala, it's going to be 44 or 0.44. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is disconnect this battery just as a safety precaution. Leave that off for a second so there's no power going to it. Now on the Impala, what you got to do is take out this oil fill. Just to be sealed up. Alright, so we've got the front three, look pretty simple to get to. Now what I was explaining yesterday is I've seen a lot of guys pull in these motor mounts, pushing the engine forward to get to the back, and that seems like a whole lot of extra steps. So hopefully I can get my hands back in here and we'll be able to do this without taking a bunch of stuff apart, in theory. Alright, so the engine is still too hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check these gaps. Where am I at on camera? There we go.
I can't take the trash out. You're right there.
44. So far, good. Now see, look, you get these. Package was dropped or something. Man, that one's really... What's up, Emma? This is my helper for the day. She didn't get on camera though. That's actually a problem. Say what's up to YouTube, Emma. So far they've been pretty good, except for that one. Four out of 6 ain't bad. I'll cut up. Alright, so I was doing some feeling around, and I can get my hands back there. Now can I get the socket on there is going to be another question. Now the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to do one at a time. It's just easier that way. Pull this plug wire off. Who'd have thought that would be the hard part? Now see, I'm 5'6", so I gotta get in the engine bay a lot. Alright. It's still kind of hot. There's 1, 2. Where's the third one? I can't see it down in there. And I'll show you these locations once I figure out what the hell I'm doing. two. They're basically on top of each other. Where's the third one? Alright, change of plans. As much as I don't want to do this because I didn't want to take stuff apart, I can't get enough leverage to pull the plug wire off on the back side. So I think we're going to remove this vacuum line. We're going to remove the coil pack and just set it out of the way, and hopefully we'll have enough room to reach back there and get it. Now this should just come right off. Push that out of the way. Let me see, that looks like probably a 12. That's too long of an extension. It is a 12 though. Let's see. Remember, we unhooked the battery. This is why. Oh, son of a bitch. Alright, well, we'll have to track that down. Okay. It should be good enough, I hope. Alright, I'm going to find that bolt, set this to the side, and we'll be right back. Alright, so luckily that bolt fell right in the middle. It's been about an hour since that happened, because I run into the dumbest problem that I've ever had before, which is I just couldn't get the wires off. So I had to run to Harbor Freight, get whatever the hell this is. You can only buy it in a 3-pack, so I now have 3 different sizes of spark plug pulling. They're called hose pliers or something. Anyway, we finally got the wire off. Let's see what else is going to go wrong, boys. So maybe talking bad about the motor mount guys was, maybe they know what they are doing. I think I need the long extension. I've never had plug wires fight me like that. And I've been doing this for like 20 years. And this one's like right under the alternator too. Let's see. Well, looks like they're very hard to get to. Alright. Alright, I'll speed this up. I'll edit this. I've had more issues with this car doing this. And by the way, so this car I just hit 60,000 miles on this car. So I'm just trying to keep everything fresh. Why these are in there so tight, I will never know. I am not the one that put these in. Hell, they could be factory for all I know. Can I turn this by hand? about to find out. My guess, because they're so hard to get out, is that they are factory. Why wouldn't I drop it down into the engine? Okay. Yep, it's a Delco, so this is probably from the factory. But like I said, that, you know, 60,000 miles. Honestly, I've seen worse than this. Alright, now we gotta guide this back in there. And you can't see anything. So you're just going off a prayer, basically. I can't see at all. Ah, we have contact. All right. There's not really a great way to film this part because you can't see back there. And now one of my neighbors has his mower out. But basically, doing the back, I mean, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I still didn't want to take the motor mounts out and then support the engine. And I know that we've had a hell of a time here, but that seems like even more. I can see a little torque bar. Always have a pipe of some kind. You know, if you're weak and short like me, you're gonna need it. Got the car, it had 42,000 miles on it, and I mean it was like brand new. So I haven't done anything to it. I've had it a little over a year, I guess, and the only thing I've had to do is put a battery and an alternator, which obviously I found out, you know, that ended up being a related issue, but oil changes, you know. But this is the first real pain in the ass thing I've had to do, and it shouldn't be. I mean, this is an easy job normally. Oh, I dropped that one too, of course. Jesus Christ. All right. Alright, that one finally clicked. Alright. I didn't have to use these on the second one, but looks like this last one's gonna be a fighter too. There's a plug in the way on this side though that wasn't on the first one. I didn't have to deal with this plug. Oh, okay. It spins. Ow! Come on. What the hell? Damn it. Alright, so we've had nothing but problems from the backside. We already had to go and get other tools. The last one on the backside before we get to the front, plug wire broke. So this was hell to get out. Finally got it out. I'm gonna go track down another plug wire, have the backside done, and then we'll do the front. Alright, so now we're at UPI, so we can find one dumbass plug wire and finish this godforsaken video. This should have been a 20-minute job, but everything that could possibly go wrong did. We're almost done, boys. Actually, that might... Impala. It's pretty rough. Missing everything. Here's another. Alright, I think we got a winner, boys. Can't lie, boys. I think I'm going to be glad when this video's over. Now, normally, I mean, I've done plugs and wires in 20 minutes on some cars. I had no idea that everything that could go wrong, like that's even possible, would. Now what's going on? Now what's happening? Oh, single here. So this backside has fought me the entire way. I get why you would just take out the damn motor mounts, but I have proved that you don't have to, for whatever that's worth. I don't know if it's easier. I think the way we did it was just as hard. Why didn't you come with me? gonna get this all set back up, get the new plug wire on, bolt the distributor back down, hook up this vacuum line, and we're finally gonna do the front. And hopefully, that'll be the end of this video. All right, boys, we're on the final stretch. I have never had so much problems doing spark plugs in my life. It's just everything that can go wrong did in this case, but we got through it. Come on. I spent a little more money than I wanted to. Oh, am I in front of the camera? These are supposed to be coming with this thing, but they're not doing it that way. I wasn't standing in front of the camera that entire shot. All right. Make sure that clicks. Come on. There we go. Okay. Which, by the way, these should not be torqued this hard. I mean, they need to be tight, but I shouldn't be having to use a breaker bar on spark plugs. All right, we're on the last one. Make sure this pops in place. Now, all right. I will never understand why these are torqued like this. I don't know, I would feel like it might break. Why shouldn't it? Everything that could go wrong did on the backside. What I should call this video is how not to change spark plugs in a 2011 Chevy Impala LT. I don't know what happened, why the rubber is not in my deal there. Oh, that one's a little rough. I wonder everything's stuck together. I almost panicked. I couldn't find the last plug for a second. Oh, and we gotta put that vacuum line back on. I put the coil pack back in, but I forgot to put that vacuum hose on. So we need to. Really? Alright, so I'm going to reconnect this vacuum line. Sorry guys, I'm an idiot. Alright, well, I will try to edit this into a video that makes some kind of sense. It sounds simple enough. You do the backs first because they're harder. The fronts are usually simple. It just so happened that in this case, man, everything that could possibly break, get stuck, go wrong, did. This is the first time I've ever had to use these hose pliers, spark plug wire puller, whatever you want to call them. So I do recommend these. I had to stop mid-video and go pick these up from Harbor Freight. And then the last plug on the back side, plug wire broke. So we went to UPI, picked up another. I actually got two. That was $4. So this was a set of 3, was $15. We're basically at $50. This was a $50 job that should have taken 20 minutes. And it took about 6 hours. Love you boys. Like and subscribe. More retro content coming. Maybe not today because I did this all day. Tomorrow for sure. We'll get something going.